Hey all, welcome back. Curtis here. So we've got some rear ends to try to fix. So this one I've had for a while. It was just a spare or whatever the guy had. I don't know, I got another one. I might as well do them both. But this one is pretty bad. It's bent, unfortunately, at the center section. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can definitely see that it's banana. So generally, if they're bent there, I don't really fix them, but looking at it, it's pretty close, like right at the end of the tube, I'm thinking. So I don't know. So my plan is, I think, take these jack stands and then sit there and then try to chain it to the table, and then I'll use my big bottle jack and push right here when I heat it up. And hopefully maybe, because things ain't cheap for what they are. So yeah, should be a interesting time. Not really sure how it's gonna go. I know I gotta knock the inner seals up first, because you don't wanna melt them dogs, because they're gonna get pretty warm. Not sure if this one has one or not. I haven't really looked. Sure it does. Yeah. But yeah, that one, I mean, it's bent about the same way, just not as bad. So I guess we'll get it set up, and probably a pretty lengthy time lapse, because it's probably gonna take a couple hours, if I had to guess. All the setup and then trying to do it. Usually, like if the tube is just bent, I use my roller, and then we just put a counterbalance of some sort at that end, heat it up, put a big pipe in the tube or whatever. But I don't have a counterbalance, nor I don't think it's going to work that well on this one. So we're going to try to do it differently. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to drill holes in my table to chain it down. The other problem with chains is if I can't get it tight enough, it's obviously going to lift it up off the jack stand, so that doesn't really do me a whole lot of good. So I got to figure that out. Be a lot of try on error here. So we'll see how it goes. So I finally figured out how I'm going to hold it down. So I'm just going to drill some holes in the table wherever I need it. Run this up from the bottom, tighten up on the table, and then I found these turnbuckles, which happen to be a 1/2 inch. And this end obviously is left-handed, so then I can short chain the top and then draw it down tight. Hopefully. So, should work pretty good, I think. Or it'll break a bunch of stuff. I don't know, we'll find out, I guess. Well, we got her all tied down. I think it should work. Hopefully the top holds up, but it's pretty thick, plus there's a support right there, so it should work pretty good. I gotta try to get this seal out. I probably should have done that before I tighten it up, but apparently they weren't made to come back out, because there's not really any lip or anything to push on. I mean, they just got O-rings on it, so it shouldn't come out very hard, but I don't know. We'll see. Obviously don't want to melt it, so we'll keep working on that, and then go get the big old jack, put right here somewhere, hopefully, and then heat this up. You can see where it's kind of dimpled right here, so I'm hoping it comes out all right. You can see how bowed it is, but you can see that from the center section on the left to the right, it's still pretty straight. It's just right at where the tube meets, so I don't know. We'll find out. Well, that was a pain. From there's not really any way to hit on it, so I had to use a pry bar so I could kind of. But the other problem was the housing right here is squished a little bit, so it was pinching this. So I'm hoping maybe I can use the jaws and the porta power and kind of spread that out. Maybe. I don't think it's much, because this side looks pretty tight too, but I don't know. I thought that was going to be the easy part, so this might be quite the project. Well, apparently my video cut off at some point. I don't know when, so I apologize if you didn't see it all, but that's where we're at. Let's see how close we are. So obviously, it moves it around a little bit. 1.2-ish. I'd say we're pretty close then. Good enough for a dirt car, I think. Once it cools down a little bit, we gotta make sure it's not, bent up and down, but shouldn't be. From what I can tell, looking down the axle tube, it looks pretty close. So we'll let her cool down. It's gonna take about 3 days probably, but then we got one more to do. But that one's not as bad, I don't think. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I didn't bend my table too bad. I saw it flexing a little bit, but part of the job, I guess. So we'll see when she cools down. Well, that's pretty close. It's been fixed before, so this tube's got like a wave in it, but if you check it on the ends, it's pretty close. I'll put it on the spinner just to double check. Well, this one's bent in the same spot, right there. So I just gotta, this flange right here is kind of angled. So I'm hoping I can use the old porter jaws there and just kind of spread it back out. I mean, it'd probably be fine. Judging by the holes, it's probably been like that, but we're working on it, so might as well see if we can get it perfect. And I just gotta put the seal back in, put our 2 studs back in, and this one should be done. And get her back in the car for the weekend. Well, that took way longer than expected. I think when I had to heat the flange up to bend it back a little bit, I think it resprung. But according to the hubs, it's straight now, so still got this one to do. Well, that one's not near as bad, so hopefully. I don't know. It's like almost 9 o'clock now. I've only been working on this thing all day, so see if we can knock this other one out once this one cools off. I'm just gonna leave a little pressure on here. Leave it chained up until it's cooled all the way off. It's not hot, but it's not cold, so now we just wait. So I can't even start that one until this one's cooled off. Now I got the second one up here. And as you can see, should be bananaed, just like the other one. About the same spot, just the other side, I think. So as you can see, right about there, that's where it's bent. Well, I guess it's real bad. They're not supposed to be like that. Let's go on this side. Do the same thing. This side's still straight. So that's good at least. The other one was bent on both sides, so that's why it was so much harder, I think. So at least we know about where we gotta be. Starts lifting right there. You go from this side. So right there. That's where it should be in. So we'll get her heated up and strapped down. Hopefully this should be easy squeezy, because I'm ready to call it a day. It's like 9:30. I already ate dinner. The other one's already done and got picked up, so we'll get going. I think we got her. I think as close as it's gonna get. Let's leave a little pressure on her till it cools off, which will probably take 3 days. So there we go. Another one fixed, ready to hit back. Get back to the track. Or hit the track. I don't know which one I was trying to say, but yeah. A little bit of work, a lot of knowledge to know where to push and how to push and all that. But so yeah, there you go. That's how you fix a bent rear end. So hope you enjoyed something a little different, and thanks for watching.